Welcome to 2020, folks. The RSPBA has a brand new hot tub, Australia's on fire, and Foucault and I are about to be drafted into World War III. You're listening to episode 99 of the Chanarant podcast. You can watch this show live at patreon.com/Chanarant.
Oh, good. Making up at the end.
Yeah, you know, we should add something. I haven't quite figured it out yet.
I didn't expect to do the whole thing, but
Well, you were the pipe major. I was following you.
I just thought, hey, we're here. Let's just keep going.
I'm just surprised that you're breathing like a fat kid that ran up 3 flights of stairs after playing the back half of our medley on a chanter.
You know, for episode 99, I just figured it goes right in line with episode 99. We're here, so let's just keep going.
We might as well just keep going. That's got to be the theme of the Chanarant podcast is, we're here. We might as well. No one's killed us yet, although after some of the content we released recently, that may change.
It's bound to happen soon. We picked fights.
Hello, everyone. My name is Josh. You're listening to Chanarant Podcast. With me, as always, is my bearded co-host, Mr. Andy Foucault.
That's me.
You can follow him online at IronPiper, IRONPYPRR. You can follow me at Josh Plays Pipes. You can also
Twitter,
pretty much everything. I think. Yeah, I don't know. Probably something like that. Let's just gonna review the show on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, etc. And you can also send us emails and voicemails. We play it on air. You can like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and if you're Australian, Snapchat. Last but not least, check out the Chanarant store at chanarant.com. Honestly, the easiest way to support the show and get yourself decked out in some dope merch is by going to the Chanarant store. And yeah, we're going to be launching some new merch soon, which I'm very excited for. But that means...
We are?
Yes, we are. But that means old stuff will go away. So if there's something on the Chain Rant store that you've been eyeing for a while that maybe you haven't pulled the trigger on, now would be a good time before it's literally gone forever because I don't feel like remaking stuff over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, you're sewing shit in the corner during the week.
Yeah, it's hard, man. I'm not nearly as good at it as those little slave kids that make Nikes.
Actually, I think the problem is they only let us have like 8 or 10 things up at a time, right?
So we rotate. Yeah, it keeps it fresh for the audience. Also, you can become a patron at patreon.com/Chanarant. Thank you to everyone who joined through the holiday season, only to unjoin later.
No, is that what? Yeah, you're right. One person did like a month ago and then left. Yeah,
but last but not least,
he was excited about a particular episode, maybe the Callum episode or something.
Last but not least, please invite and share with your friends. Make them one of the 6.
Don't do that. Don't do that to your friends.
I mean, let's look at it realistically. Were your friends that good to you this year? Because if not, you might as well subject them to the Chanarant podcast.
Right.
Hey, Fuko. Does anything grind your gears?
Is it my turn this week?
It is.
So, hey, Josh.
Yeah, what's up, Fusco?
You know what really sticks a hair in my whiskey glass?
What's that? Do you want to run that one again? Yeah. How you feeling about that?
Let me.
You're not going to be able to have the notebook at Chanarant Live.
Not?
No, I mean you can have it, but it's going to be very obvious.
Well, I mean that's okay. They want to see how the sausage is made.
Nobody wants to see how the sausage is made.
Actually, I got a good one. You know, hey Josh.
Yeah, what's up, Fusco?
You know what really sticks a bottle right up my poop hole?
What is that?
When we decide to do a live show last minute and have to come up with a whole bunch of fucking plans in like a week and a half.
Like, what? I mean, we can essentially call it 10 days to launch. Like,
that's going to be the title, 10 days to launch.
10 days to launch. Hey, we've done more with less, all things considered. I mean, keep in mind, it's a Chanarant podcast, dude. This is on brand for us.
Yeah, last minute.
It's going to be hilarious, drunken, raucous, fun. And
last minute.
And we're going to, figure it out as we go. We tend to shoot from the hip around here.
We do. I mean,
and yet we still hit our targets.
Amazing. That's because we're shooting with shotguns with bird
yeah,
shot.
Yeah, exactly. You can always shoot from the hip if you're using a shotgun.
Absolutely. Just aim in that general direction.
The new one of the less Chanarant oriented shirts. We could do that just for our redneck audience. That'll be okay.
Cover your face with a plastic bag and a shotgun, that kind of thing.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. But we'll talk a little bit more about Chanarant Live later. First things first. Let's get into. We got some voicemails and emails regarding the last week's episode and the last. I think a week and then like another week's episodes maybe. So I want to start off with a voicemail. This is from our very own ginger Australian himself, Mr. Honey Bourbon. Let's see what we got from him.
Go on, cud. Tell me you fucking used the computer again, eh? Fair dinkum, mate. That was insulting. You fucking hit me so deep. Nah. Fuck. You basically put like Darga Balm on your fucking hand, grabbed my ball sack, squeezed the fuck out of them, and twisted them. Oh, man, if you fucking cunts were here right now, I would probably give you a fucking lesson. But Jesus Christ. Fucko! Putting it in because it's not written the way you understand it? I'm sorry, do you not know bagpipe music? Because it's okay. I had it checked. It's okay. Said exactly what Josh said. It's a fucking belter. Oh. Fuck me. I don't even know how to use my computer. Actually, sidetrack, if anyone wants to, they Hit me up, Snapchat. Yeah. I don't even know how to use my fucking computer, man. Like, I've got that shit there to watch Netflix and ducklit porn. So, fuck. Oh, yeah. I did not. I don't know how to. That's all my. I might speak slow, but yeah, no. That's my hands. That cut deep. But anyway, thanks for flipping that shit on its lid and giving it the win, Josh. I like your powers in that. Yeah, it was good. But those other Navy kids, they were doing all right. They fucking did all right. I like that. It was a good try. So, hey, anyway, hope you guys had a fucking belter of a New Year's. I had a wee barbecue, but I think most of Australia had a barbecue too, the way this fucking weather is at the moment. Getting cooked left, right and centre all up the east fucking coast, mate. We're sending smoke over to New Zealand. We can't handle it anymore. God damn. Yeah, anyway, fucking New Year's resolutions. More people to Snapchat. Basically, yeah, if you don't got the old Honey Bourbon 1 Snappy account, fucking get on it. And snap me. That's where it's at. New Year's resolutions. Yeah.
I haven't thought about his Snapchat account.
What's that?
The problem with Snapchat accounts is that you don't have to edit anything. It's just completely freeform. So, like, Honey Bourbon is amazing if he had an editor. You know what I mean?
You think so?
Like, his early Snapchat was amazing, and now it's just, like, nonstop.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's weird because like we work kind of in a content creation space, so it's always the push and pull between like, okay, do we want to just enjoy this thing that's happening, or do we have to make content out of it somehow? You know?
Yeah.
Whereas
you got to be a content whore. I understand that part. But.
Yeah. Whereas like Boo Boo and Chop have the opposite problem, where their day to day is just so fucking boring, and they're like, "Hey, I might as well record it all, throw it on the wall, see what sticks."
Yeah, but I don't ever watch any of it. I mean, some of it.
I mean, I catch up in like I'll catch up on like 3 weeks in one go.
But that'll take you like an hour.
Or like I'll literally just like I'll just like slam through and be like, okay, let's look through all the leftover Snapchats I have. Like Instagram story, if someone Instagrams me, I watch it pretty much right then and there.
Oh, definitely. Instagram I do,
but Snapchat it's pretty dead in the States.
It's the Wild West, man.
Yeah,
it's just actually the only people that really Snapchat me, I wouldn't even say Snapchat me, post shit constantly is Europeans or maybe Australians.
That's interesting. The rest of us are too busy actually working.
Correct.
Yeah.
those
but I'm incredibly glad to know that the plan worked, and all it took to get a authentic Honey Boo Boo Snapchat was to just like call him out on air.
I thought it was great,
or voicemail. I mean,
I loved how he started because I listened to this during the week, and I'm like listening to his voicemail. I'm like, why is he playing it so slow? And then he just fucking ramps it up. I'm like, I know what he's doing.
It's a great tune.
He's proven his point. I like.
Speaking of getting more Honey Bourbon voicemails, he did make a mistake though. In the in the second part of his own tune. So I mean, you know, might want to fix that, Honey Boo Boo, and then send it to us again.
Maybe he just played the wrong.
Anyway,
he only played it once through.
Anyway, moving forward. Speaking of Australia, it is on fire. Quite fucking literally. It is the largest wildfire. It is fucking insane. Lots of animals dead, a couple people dead, a lot of firefighters that are volunteers working for free. A lot of our very good friends who are being good-natured about it, but are also being encroached upon by fires. So what do you do if you're just a dickhead with a podcast that likes to make cunt jokes? Well, you try to get people to give a little less money to you and a little more money to somebody else. So if you go right now, we have a link that we set up that is links to the NSW, which I think is like North something Wales. Well, I don't fucking know. NSW Fire Department. New South Wales. Mm-hmm. I was going to say North South. That wouldn't make any sense, would it? The New South Wales Fire Department, they're accepting donations so they can actually pay the firefighters that are not being paid right now. And,
risking their lives.
Yeah, risking their lives, not being paid, and trying to keep their country from burning down. While their PM fucks off in Hawaii on vacation and some other stuff.
I mean, you got to figure this is God coming down on Australia for being criminals, right? I mean, there's a reason for this.
Yeah, but I mean, they were deemed criminals by the British, so are they coming? God's coming for us next.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And he has the California fires and all the Arizona guys and all that shit that happened.
Nuts, yeah, man. But yeah, so we do have a link set up. It will reroute you to the NSW Fire page where you can make donations to help pay these firefighters. I didn't pick this. I didn't pick this URL. The machine picked it for us.
Did it really?
It's random, yeah. So you're going to want to go to chanarant.com/hotkoala. That's chanarant.com/HOTKOALA, hot koala.
The AI is amazing that it picked those words. I must just pick reference words related to what's going on.
Machine learning.
Yeah.
But no, seriously though, go to that link, chanarant.com/hot koala. That'll reroute you to the firefighters page, and you can donate money to help pay these fuckers so that they can at least have feed
their family?
Yeah, have some Roo jerky and a Fanta while they're trying to make sure their entire country doesn't burn down.
Oh, I mean, ultimately, aren't these guys just collecting all the burnt up roos and turning them into jerky anyway?
But that's overcooked.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Wasn't that what jerky is? I don't know how they make
It's
jerky.
dried out. It's dehydrated would be jerky.
You're right. You're right.
But yeah, no. So go to if you go to chanarant.com/hot koala, that will reroute. I know we're a comedy show. We still have to make it fucked up. We have six sense of we have a sixth sense of humor. But if you go through there, you can actually donate some money to the guys who are volunteering to fight these fires in Australia, which is a place that will be much cheaper to visit, I imagine, by the time I can go there, because it will be a land of brimstone and ash. And to all of our pipe band friends that are out there right now, like, please be careful. Wear your fucking masks. Don't breathe smoke. Don't do things that will get you burned to death. Because aside from having to listen to the Podband Pipecast, like, that's the worst way to die.
For sure.
The first worst way to die would be listening to that show. The second worst way to die would be burning to death.
You know, I wonder who's responsible for this. Do you think maybe it's Pipe Major Bane went out there and was like, let's fuck over Australia and just set everything on fire? He just wants to see the world, or is it Pipe Major Joker?
I'm actually pretty certain that the Australian bands were getting a little too good.
See, that's what it is.
And then
this is the RSPBA,
and the Australian bands were getting a little good. The RSPBA thought
this sounds like something for tinfoil hat guy.
They thought, yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's around, but like the Australian bands were getting a little too good. The RSPBA got tired of having to, make them all compete against each other in a heat at the Worlds.
Yeah, they thought that we need to disguise it better than this because we called them out last year for doing this. So now they're like,
the way they disguised it is by setting the continent on fire, which, don't get me wrong, it's a strategy, but I don't know if it's a good one.
I mean, I wonder how many Australian bands will come to the Worlds this year. Probably none, I'm guessing. They're going to be too busy recovering.
I mean, I wonder. I'm confused by the amount of bands that go to the Worlds as is because it's a shit contest. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, so please consider if you have a couple extra bucks, $5, $10, it doesn't matter. Like, consider donating to help these guys out. Like, these firefighters are working for free right now.
Think of it this way: $5 or $10 US is like $3 million.
It's like $3 million Australian. Yeah.
So
if you got $5,
help these people out. But seriously, it sounds like we're joking, but we actually
you really need to help these guys out.
Like, we're not doing a good job of making people believe.
We have to make it funny because we're a comedy show, but no, you actually really need to fucking help these people. Like, it's not good. It's a really bad situation, and I think that especially up where we are, and especially in the States, because we're starting World War III right now, we're kind of preoccupied with that. Mm-hmm. It's not getting the attention it deserves.
I bet you Donald Trump started the fire so he could distract the world from.
He started the fire so he could kill some fucking
kill
Iranians.
Yeah. Oh, fuck's sake. We're all going to die. So you might as well do something nice.
Speaking of which, we got an email.
Yeah, this will make you guys happier.
There's an email from Rooster. He says, "Cock-a-doodle-doo, my fine feathered friends. Apparently, I already failed my New Year's resolution. Quote, I did not inseminate a hot tenor drummer, well, at least not for first night." Okay, prima nocta.
Maybe.
The most wretched, oh God, this gets worse. The most wretched, foul, stench-encrusted quim dried upon my cock and balls last night woke me up from my happy and blissful slumber. Imagine the odor of a mafia hit dumped in the middle of the Las Vegas desert and allowed to ferment in the hot, blazing August summer sun. It's hotter in July.
We don't have to imagine it.
Yeah, I've been there. I opened my eyes in fright of that god-awful smell, and I started to hear what could only be described as a Canadian lumberjack that he cuts down trees, he skips and jumps, he likes to press wildflowers, he puts on women's clothing and hangs around in bars, pulls starting a 27-inch chainsaw, but no, it doesn't start out of gas. 3-pace rolls by the right quick march. As I slowly turn my head, I don't see an attractive sight. I see the biggest Mount Everest shape under the blankets next to me. The beast from the east is still in my fucking bed, and I can't escape from the smell that could choke a donkey. I shudder at recounting the morning's event. I'm not sure I can continue. For 3 fucking hours, 3 long, miserable hours, Hogzilla was still in my bed with my little swimmers oozing out of her snatch onto my bed. Hopefully you lads had a better start to your year. I'm off to shower for an hour and scrub my feathers with bleach. Rooster out.
I think I have an opinion on this.
Condoms, people. Wear them, please, God.
Chanaranders don't wear condoms.
I know, but could you just try? Should we start a line of condoms?
Oh, we absolutely should.
Like,
just for the joke of it. Big ones, too. We should have
what are you going to wear,
Andy
though?
ones and Josh ones, and mine will be the big ones. Because they just always fall off anyway, so what's the difference? Rooster, I don't know, man. I'm confused. This guy confuses me.
Yeah, he's apparently he had a random hookup on New Year's and wasn't happy, and when the cold hard light of dawn hit.
Been there, my friend. Been there. Actually, no, not this year.
Not on New Year's. That's actually a good question, Mr. Fusco. What'd you end up doing to bring in the new year?
I did not much at all. New Year's is a time of reflection for me.
You were kind of ghosting. I mean, I didn't see you.
I talked to you early in the afternoon.
A little early. I told you kind of told you what I'd be up to.
Yep. And I don't know, man. I get weird around New Year's, even though I hate the concept of it. It's still
even though you
me.
hate the concept of arbitrary dates for changing your life.
Correct.
You decided to take a moment to sit and reflect and change your life.
No, it just happens to me. I just reflect. I don't know. I reflected on the loneliness that is my life, and I watched When Harry Met Sally, the ultimate New Year's Eve movie.
Okay.
And I just sat in the corner and cried.
I also watched a movie on New Year's, Boondock Saints.
Oh, well, I mean, that's cool too.
It was great. Yeah. It reminded
With your
me,
girlfriend?
It reminded.
I thought you went to
yeah.
Kelly's show.
We did. Yeah, we went to Kelly's show. We ducked out early. MLK was playing. It was a good show, but we ducked out before
Midnight?
you couldn't duck out.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it's like I think we
Made an
ducked out
appearance
like
and got the fuck out.
yeah, it's like 10:30, 10:45. We ducked out. We're like, okay, like if we leave now, we can actually get from this side of town back to home base
Oh, okay.
without
That makes sense.
it being a nightmare.
Without getting pulled over and.
Well,
Oh,
we
wait, you
Ubered.
Ubered?
Yeah, Ubered. And then, and then just like took in a movie, had some bevs, went on the porch at midnight, watched some fireworks from the Stratosphere and the plaza and all the downtown stuff, saw some good fireworks, you know, and then, yeah, just called it. It was nice. It was a lovely evening.
Yeah. It was a lovely evening for me as well. You know.
You watched When Harry Met Sally.
Have you ever seen the movie?
Put on makeup and did a little choke and stroke. And
Well, that's every night, but
yeah, that's every weekday.
it's nothing new for me. Yeah, man, it was good. And January 1st, I woke up like, I'm gonna attack this year like a champion,
Like
But then
Spider
again,
Monkey.
but then again, I wake up every day thinking that, and then by 11 a.m.
Let's go.
I'm like laying my own semen.
Fusco wakes up at the crack of 10:30 every day, saying, "Let's get out there and get it."
Let's go do it, man. I'm like a Navy SEAL. If a Navy SEAL's clock was like 7 hours
But if
off.
a Navy SEAL was playing video games until midnight and then slept for 10 hours,
Midnight. We're talking 2 a.m., buddy. Don't give me some credit here.
oh, well, that's fantastic. As part of your plan to crush it, your adventure to Winter Storm this year,
Oh, absolutely.
you gonna do some content now that you're a budding video editor?
I'm gonna follow Richard Parks advice and crushed some puss at Winter Storm.
Yeah. He gave the best advice as far as when it comes to crushing puss.
Yeah, it's learn to play.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 2 weeks to learn to play, right? Yeah, no, man. I am going.
Are you going to take in any of the seminars, or are you be working?
I don't know what my work. I am working. I'm going with the dojo. I'm working for them and doing the stream and all that kind of stuff. So I have no idea what my schedule is going to be like. So if I get a chance, I'm going to be able to watch a lot and stuff, but I don't think I'll be able to attend
I would just not bother attending the seminars because it's not for us. I would definitely attend the seminars if you're like a grade 4 player or like a band player or like a early pipe major, maybe. But I mean, the seminars were not really for anybody that's got a decent amount of experience, in my opinion.
I don't know. I thought the Richard Parks one was. I mean, he's such a tough one to get information out of, but he definitely told.
Yeah, but once
he told you his process.
He's a tough one to get information out of. And once we put those nipple clamps down on him and took the duct tape off, he sang like a bird.
Well, that's true, but
yeah.
I mean, I think he's actually secretly a freak.
If you guys want to know how to get the real good scoop like we did, you just have to kidnap one of the instructors and slightly waterboard them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'll be going. I have no idea what's going to happen. Hopefully shenanigans. I'll bring my microphone.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that you work, then get too hammered, bang some randoms, make an ass out of yourself, and probably don't film anything. But I'm hoping you film some stuff.
I would put my bet on audio recording stuff as opposed to filming.
As opposed to filming stuff? Because I was should we get like a Chanarant GoPro that you could just like have in your pocket and just don't touch it aside from recording and charging?
If I go by myself, the kind of stuff I want to get recorded is stuff that is not Chanarant-y. It's going to be more like serious because that's just how I am kind of normally. Without your painfully evil influence. So, you've heard the show I did with Cahill, right? It was very
boring. Very boring.
So
I mean, very straightforward.
So I don't know if it's going to be Chanarant appropriate. It's going to be too clean for our audience. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
I might follow around some of the legendary coxmen and just secretly and just like, hey, we're following.
So you're
we'll
just
see if he picks up any.
So what you're saying is you're just going to be a peeping Tom the entire time.
No, I want to see who's successful, like who leaves together,
who pulls out, and who doesn't.
If they're Chanaranters, they definitely aren't, apparently, according to Rooster.
Yeah.
But anyway, Winter Storm's coming up. I will be there, and so will other
it's
people.
Fusco, it's spit on the back, pull out, and say, "Oh my god, that was so amazing, baby."
That's just because my penis doesn't work anymore.
It's seen a lot of it's done a lot of things it wasn't built to do.
Yeah, it's seen a lot of war.
Your dick.
My dick has PTSD.
Your dick is the 2005 Chevy Cobalt of dicks.
Falling apart and needs a paint job.
Yeah, it's been rebuilt a couple times, but I mean, you can slap a new coat of paint on it; doesn't change the guts.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so if I'm not going to be there, unfortunately, because I'm going to be poor, by the time this comes out, having quit my job. But if you see Fusco, give him a hey. And if you're one of the 6, wear your merch, man. Get some pictures taken. And that actually leads us into our next email quite nicely. So this is an email from our good friend Ian. He says, "Sup, fuckers. I recently booked my first trip to Winter Storm and also completed my t-shirt collection with the hashtag Team Andy after he got all butthurt that I was wearing a hashtag Team Josh shirt in Georgetown last year. Assuming the dojo is streaming on the Friday again, which one of you wants to have your name prominently displayed on the live stream? Any hand gestures that might make hashtag the 6 laugh if they are tuning in? I'm probably dating myself for thinking Baba Booey style jokes are funny, but what the hell? If it was good enough for the OJ Chase, it's good enough for you. I'll probably be hammered the whole time and only hear about it on Sunday. Yours in public mischief, Ian." So I say both.
Ian, I love this idea. Wear both shirts and then jump on the stream twice. Just change. Or actually, I think this is what he should
Like
do. Go
as
shirtless,
soon as it's
streak the stage.
Oh, I would just say that like as soon as like wear layer them, because it's gonna be cold as dicks anyway.
Yeah.
So layer them, and then as soon as you're on the stream, like be like,
And
then find another time to get on it, and just like pull one shirt off and have the second one underneath.
This is my idea. He should Sharpie on his front, Team Andy, and hashtag on his somehow Sharpie on his back, Team Josh.
Like a tramp stamp?
And then he
Yeah.
should streak the stage. Well, not completely naked. Just pull his shirts off, run across the
Here's what you
stage.
should do: get completely naked, run up on the stage while they're doing the weird turn the lights off P-Rock thing.
Right.
Squat down, take a fat dump, put on the Slipknot mask that has all the long nails, and then headbutt Callum Beaumont. Go for it.
Yes, absolutely. And then yell into the microphone, "What are the sex?"
Yell into the microphone. I was sent by the Podband Pipecast.
Yes, let's completely set them up to be the evil.
Yeah, because they would definitely assume that was not us.
I love the idea. Baba Booey is the funniest thing ever. So do a Baba Booey.
Yeah, there's no
That'd be
wrong
great.
answers here, sir. And have a lot of fun at Winter Storm and get a selfie with Fuko here.
I'll be drunk. It'll all be good.
So we got another email. Fucks go. Can I take this one?
You want me to read this one? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I'm doing all the work. If I can do something.
Dude, I did the fucking. I gotta get. All right. Oh, this guy. So Adam says, "Hey fuckers. So my ears have been burning with this talk of a 100-day challenge, as it's very clear I'm massively guilty of not playing enough throughout the week, and I suddenly find it's band practice again, and I'm still playing the pieces as shitty as I was the previous week." Like, just sidebar, like Honey Bourbon, I wish people would learn how to use punctuation so that we could read these in a reasonable way. Anyway,
Hey, if they're good enough at piping, I don't care if they don't have basic third grade English.
speaking of grades, I'm a grade 4A side drummer, and besides the MSR medley I have to learn Psy, what ideas do you have to stay motivated enough to pick up the sticks every fucking day? Are solos a good idea? There, I've said it. Now I guess I have to commit. Do I rely on the drum captain's solo piece recommendation, or do you have any ideas for something interesting to play? Cheers, Adam, from that burning land called Australia.
Yeah, I mean, if let's go, you tap the sticks. Like, any advice for this dude?
This is a very general statement because it doesn't really matter drums or whatever. But there's a couple ideas. I think one, I do think solo competition is a good way if you're bored as shit with your medley and MSR, because everybody is, generally speaking.
Well, unless they're not practicing it at home.
Right. But solos are a good way to do that, to express yourself. Although competition music tends to be boring by nature. So a couple other things you could do. You could take a lead position. I don't mean in your band, but like take the initiative. Let's put it that way, to like put together something for your drummers to play, or like a drum salute if you guys don't have one. Let's work on this on the side, or I don't know. There's like ways you can get creative.
Grab a couple pipers that may know some better tunes.
Yeah, like put yourself in a smaller group outside of regular band practice and like jam together with something more interesting, and then bring it to your like pipe major next time you got to play publicly. Like, hey man, we have this thing that we do.
Like one of the things I'd say is if you're a drummer in your situation, there's all the pipers are also in that situation where they're just like, Jesus Christ, I'm so tired of playing the same 7 tunes for
Not all,
fucking
but
2
most.
years. Like go to some of the more experienced guys in the band and be like, hey, let's put a set together.
Yeah, absolutely, and let's just get together and jam. Like, all right, let's try this.
That's
and
definitely
try that.
it's definitely a way to avoid the burnout, which is a real thing. Like you got to watch out for that shit.
It's a absolutely real thing, especially, and that was in our last episode. We talked about this a little bit about resolutions. Is you got to make time for the good people too. Can't all be the fucking shitheads.
Well, and you got to be selfish. Like the way that I'd put it is,
But you can't wait. You can't do it during band prep.
You can't do it during band. You cannot do it on band time.
You got to be like, hey man,
Your selfish playing time has to be separate. You cannot wait for the band to. You cannot wait for the band to take care of you. You have to take care of yourself outside of band.
right? Absolutely,
Just like masturbating.
exactly. Don't do it in front of your wife.
Do it outside of band.
Yeah, do it in the shower when she's asleep or when she's left for work.
Yeah. Or when she's got a headache again, like him.
Take a picture out of the magazine and like
Yeah.
lose it on the face of the
Grab
pretty
that-
girl, the
grab-
Natalie Portman or whoever it is.
Grab that photo of her parents that she left in the house and
I wasn't gonna go that far.
just go to town, man.
Hey man, sometimes you got to do sick
Put
shit
on
to get off.
put on the gloves, the rough gloves that you use for exfoliating, and just really just give it a good shame wank.
Hey, the penis needs to be exfoliated as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You might have over exfoliated yours.
Is that why it's gotten so much thinner over the years?
You've thinned it out just from years of shaving it off through friction.
Oh fuck's sake.
But yeah, no, Adam, I would just say I would look to some of the more experienced pipers in the band because they're probably in the same scenario. I mean, it's always great to have like a thing that you're working on, but depending on what kind of music you're going for, you may want to involve an actual musician. So consider getting a piper.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. No, I could say this as a piper. Like, I would love it if a drummer came to me and was like, "Holy shit! Like, let's write something for this dope tune together." You know, like when drummers used to come to me and say, "Can you play for my solos?" I love that. That was like it was a really nice thing to have someone ask you to do because they're trusting you to potentially fuck up their set like 100%.
Yeah, it's so important to have a piper that doesn't fuck it up because otherwise you're screwed.
So don't be afraid to ask them because they would love you. I can say this as a piper who has been asked. It is a very nice thing to be asked to do, to either come up with a fun set or to help with solos.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. So, hope that helps, Adam. Go fuck yourself. I don't know what this is, so go ahead.
So yeah, so this hit like right this afternoon. There was an anonymous 4,000 pound donation for the Dunoon Argyle Pipe Band.
What?
Yeah, and I saw it, someone posted a picture of the paper where they announced it, like right as we were starting the show tonight. So if you're out there, anonymous donor, 4,000 pounds goes a long way in America. That's like $4,500.
Damn. Like, do they say why or how or anything? Do we know any details?
I'm assuming the pipe major impregnated their daughter, and they just had to do the dowry.
It's dowry. Okay.
No. All jokes aside, that's awesome. I think that's probably going to be something we see more of moving forward. I think we're going to see businesses and individuals as piping becomes kind of more mainstream. We're going to see businesses and individuals, I think, just flat out make a donation. Here you go.
That'd be to pipe bands?
I think so,
not in the
man.
US.
Trust me, it'll hit us last. Yeah, like
the UK, maybe
it'll hit the UK first. I think it'll hit the US and what's left of Australia very late. But it's an interesting theory because I think that's really the future. You know, like I mean, even us as I would consider to be one of, if not the most, giggingest pipe band in the history of gigging pipe bands. Like we play a shit ton of gigs because we live in a convention town. Doesn't pay all the bills. I think that the future is probably going to be in like benefactors.
Oh, absolutely. Isn't that like the history of music and art?
Yeah. I mean,
forever?
at some point, and especially for these bands that are, you know, spending a shit ton of money on travel. I mean, for an American band to go to the Worlds, you're looking at what, like $30,000?
I don't even know. They say it's even more potentially.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. So they definitely need money. And,
it's like 3 times our operating budget.
So all of us are jealous right now that this band.
But also happy. I'm happy for them, man, because that's awesome. I think that, you know,
I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been better served going to Inver or somebody. But
yeah, because they definitely need the help because they're failing so hard.
Dude, they're all broke. It doesn't matter that they're winning in grade 1. They're all fucking broke.
Yeah, but if you're broke and you still find a way to travel and win, you're not that broke, right?
Yeah, we don't know these guys don't go every year anyway.
But no, that's awesome, man. Shout out to whoever, not to the band because I've never heard of them. They may suck ass, but shout out to the person that made the donation.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
Yeah,
or a girl.
Yeah, they've either got the biggest peen or the
guy's got a big wallet either way,
or the sweetest vag.
Or his wife is banging one of the snares.
Yeah,
and, she's like, "Oh, we got to donate to this cause."
Like I could say like, "Oh man, look at the big ass ball." Like, you know, I say this about Rab when he has a good show mocking the RSPBA headquarters. I'm like, man, where does that guy buy his pants? He's got such big balls. What's the equivalent for a lady? Like, you can't say like, look at the fat lab on that one. Like,
no, that's not a compliment.
Yeah, that's not a compliment.
Big tits. Look at the big tits on that girl.
No, I don't know. I'm interested now.
Look at the baloney nipples on that broad. No, that wouldn't work. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at the thick lips.
Chick's got a clit like a diamond. Like I don't know. What would be the appropriate? What would be the appropriate?
Let us know,
thing?
generators.
Yeah, we want to know. We want to be able to make sure that we're insulting everyone evenly. # feminism.
Yeah. What's the equivalent to big balls for a woman? Let us know.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. Okay. So everyone should be sending us videos in the next 48 hours because you're not going to hear this until Monday or Tuesday, and we're on a tight turnaround.
Correct.
So we did get a voicemail or two for Chanarant Live, which is on Saturday.
Yeah.
Not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow.
Yeah. It's the Saturday of whatever week you're listening to this.
Yeah.
In perpetuity.
Saturday the 11th of January.
Yeah. Or it's not if we don't pull it off.
If we don't pull it off, yeah. But we're doing Chanarant Live, and what we need from anyone who wants to participate, wants to be in a montage, wants to say congratulations, wants to say thanks, is we need you to take your smartphone out of your pocket, hold it horizontally, point it at your own face, record whatever message that you would like to tell us, either in congratulations or in telling us to go fuck ourselves. All are acceptable.
Yep.
And send it as an attachment on an email to chanarant@gmail.com. This is the only way we're going to be able to make this work, guys.
Yes, if you do it any other way, it's going to take way too much work.
And you need to get it to us probably well before Friday. Like you need to get it to us. You need to get it to us by the 9th, probably at the minimum, for us to actually be able to get it in the show.
If we're lucky, I get this out Monday. You need to get it to us by Tuesday.
Yeah, you need to get it to us as soon as humanly possible. So as soon as you hear this show, send us, if you want to be included, if you want to send a thank you, if you want to be part of the show, you need to take your phone, turn it sideways, point it at yourself, record a video, send it to chanarant@gmail.com. We will then be able to collect those and use them as far as media is concerned. Because Chanarant Live is going to be a shit show. It's going to be a delightful shit show. It is going to be a public live stream.
Correct.
It's going to go out on all channels to everyone everywhere across the world.
We'll have a live audience. We got special surprises.
We have a live audience. We got some guests coming in. We got some surprises. We are, we're going to be in the back room of a shithole dive bar, which is perfectly on brand for us. And we're going to be drinking and just doing what we do. You know, we're going to be doing the Chanarant thing. I mean, y'all been tuned in long enough to know.
You get the idea.
We shoot from the hip. It's a bunch of nonsense, but as long as we make enough dick jokes to make you laugh, we'll tease the lineup a little bit later on. But we'll have some special guests. But if you want to send us something to be played on air, you're going to need to send it as a video horizontally to us, chanarant@gmail.com. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Speaking of Chanarant videos, Fusco, you basically concepted, edited, you had your first foray into the videos space with a Patreon only video we released today. Tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, we released a new video, comedy bit today. Go to patreon.com/Chanarant. You can get it early. But
featuring the one and only Mr. Angel.
Yeah, starring Angel. He was the main.
Angel was
the key. Yeah, he was the key.
He was definitely the star of that one.
Yeah, so I don't know. A few weeks ago, we came up with this idea. A couple weeks ago, Angel and I were sitting in my apartment and staring at each other lovingly, and came up with this idea. So we filmed it.
Post-coital?
Yep, we filmed it. What day was it? Christmas Eve?
New
Year's Eve.
No, it was.
Angel bailed on us on Christmas Eve.
It was New Year's. It was New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, yeah. So we went over to my place, filmed it. It was quick and funny and done. Quick is better than. Wait, what does this say?
Good is better than perfect, or done is better. Done is better than perfect.
And that's what we did, and it released today. So go to Chanarant and check it out.
Yeah, it's going to go to the general public probably around the time this podcast drops.
Yep.
Yeah. So you'll see it. It's gonna probably get us in trouble.
Oh, it's definitely gonna get us in trouble. It's my first. I've been editing audio now for I don't know, a year and a half, whatever it's been, and 2 years, I guess, almost. And now I tried to edit video because I wanted to try it. This was sort of like, hey, there's a concept. It's gonna be simple. Let me see if I can figure out how to fucking edit video. And it's complicated, as any learning process is. But it was fun. It was fun to do. And Angel nailed it. I'm telling you. Some of the early, you guys wouldn't have seen this yet, but some of the early reviews are that Angel deserves an
Oscar.
yeah, an Academy Award for his acting. And I agree. He sold it. Without him, it would not be what it is. So, Angel, for the one time only, I'm going to give you credit for doing something well. Otherwise, you suck. So go learn your music.
All right, perfect. And you can check that video out at patreon.com/ChanaRant, or it will be released to the general public right around the time this podcast drops. Let us know what you guys think. We put out a video where I clipped some stuff from the last episode. I think we're going to do a little bit more of that, a little more video content as far as clipping things from the episodes. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, please let us know. Watch, like, subscribe on YouTube, that kind of thing. If you don't like it or watch it or subscribe to it, we're not going to take the time to edit it because it's a fucking pain in the ass. So
yeah, if it's like, I don't know, but what is the purpose? Because the people that are already patrons are going to hear and see this anyway.
Well, it's nice to like clip stuff out, and it's more like making little more shareable clips, you know, for people that may not be that familiar with us or what we do.
Share those clips with your bandmates.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're inspired. Or we'll shit on them.
We put one up. I think it was like the motivation versus inspiration clip from last week's episode. I've got a backlog of stuff to clip from like when Callum was on, all kinds of stuff. So please, if you're interested in that kind of content, please let us know as soon as you can, because if nobody's going to watch it, then there's no point in putting the hours of work in it doing it. So just let us know what you think. I mean, we're going in 2020. We're freestyling.
Oh, we're shooting from the hip, as we say.
Yeah. We're gonna see what people like.
Trying to expand this empire.
Do they just want to listen to us passively on the podcast? They want to see some more video content from the live stream? Who knows?
Well, so here's an interesting thing. Sidebar, sort of similar, but I was told recently by somebody that I like said something. Do you ever like tune into the live thing or whatever? And they're like, "Fuck no! Like I can barely listen to you guys for an hour and a half every week. Like I get it in once in a while, but." How long is the live show? I'm like, well, that goes 2.5 hours. I'm like, fuck no, I can't do that. Like, well, Jesus Christ, take it easy. Yeah. Like it's meant for a certain audience. Some of you nuts love this shit. Yeah. And some people just want to listen to the down and dirty podcast. That's why we have both.
Yeah, I think the clips will be an interesting
another little added
little consumable bit, you know. Yeah, here's 3 minutes of either dick joke or wisdom, and flip a coin. You don't know which one you're gonna get.
Either way.
The last news I wanted to give is a shout out to Beer Boy Brad, the Roughtail Brewing Campus. He's been sending me pictures, the new one, and the opening is happening, I believe, in February.
Okay.
So kudos to him and the Roughtail crew. We are not currently drinking any Roughtail beer because I'm saving the last one that we were sent for a picture for Roughtail Sundays for Lucy. But yeah, no.
Don't worry, Brad. You'll get that in like 6 months. You'll get that.
He got one from Wiley already. He's getting deliverables. Fuck off.
All right.
But yeah, no. Cheers to the Roughtail crew. We love your beer, and we love Brad, obviously. And I'll be down there as soon as you guys give me a date for the opening. I'm coming. I'll be there in person. So
that trip you can take on your own. I'll go to the Winter Storm. You go to the Roughtail.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'll take the girl.
I'm going to New York Metro Cup. And you can go to
Roughtail, and that's pretty much it.
I don't know.
Because I'll be bankrupt after that.
That's right. You have no job after Monday.
But yeah, so cheers to the Roughtail kids. And Fusco, I think now's as good a time as any for us to take a break, talk to some of the people that are in the chat, and then come back with the fail and win of the week.
Sounds good.
Pipe band life's not for everyone. And it doesn't always come at the right time. But with the ChanaRant podcast at patreon.com/ChanaRant, you can be there at the right time for you and your loved ones. It happens to a lot of guys. You're not ready to pipe band as hard as the ChanaRant guys do. But with patreon.com/ChanaRant, you too can be ready anytime, anywhere.
And we are back. Thank you for everyone who hung out with us during the chat period. Fusco.
Yes. Let's get right to it.
What do you have to tell me about a pipe band fail of the week, my fucking dude?
All right. So 2 or 3 weeks ago, we posted a fail of the week. When the whole thing where we were talking about, like, should we keep doing this? And then that guy inspired me.
Should we keep doing this because it's too mean?
It's too, yeah, exactly. But then
and eventually one of these people are actually going to start a shotgun.
Well, it's better for the world. So anyway, that guy... So that guy that we played, who was in that horrible Campbell kilt, Somebody, when we posted that, sent us a shit ton of videos of this guy's band. Wait till you hear this. This is the fail of the week.
We're not posting these links anymore, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, we shouldn't do that.
I don't care. Listen to this and then tell me. This is in public. Fire Prevention Week ceremony. Before I go on, there's a direct correlation to the amount of uniform you have and to the amount that you suck.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Okay. I can't take much more.
Hold on. This is like a good section.
But these are nice headphones. I don't want to break them.
So
Nope.
I'm highly inspired to keep this bit going because people like this should not exist.
Never mind. I immediately take back all my anti-bullying sentiment.
Yes, bully people like this. Some people deserve. Some people have gotten better in life because of their bullies. There's not enough people that thank their bullies for becoming better people, or being, I don't know. Where's the '80s movie where the bully helped you to become a better person?
Hey, if it wasn't for my bullies and when I was a kid, I would have never learned to always carry your knife.
Right, exactly. Now it's helped you in your life, right?
It's important.
Now you're
It's an
prepared.
important rule to learn. Yeah.
Fuck's sake. So
You'd be amazed. You'd be amazed how much people lose the piss and vinegar once you start poking holes in them. Like
they're like, no more. I'm done. I no longer want to play bagpipes. That's what we're gonna do. Let's take our knives and just poke holes in the shitty bands.
God damn, dude, that's pretty bad. The fact that it's in public and there's multiple people does not help. Like,
No. That was like a firefighter memorial like thing. I don't know.
Okay, so wait, do we have a win and a try?
We do.
Okay, do we want to start with the try or the win?
I don't know. You decide.
I'd say try. Let's hear the try first.
All right, here's the try. All right, I lied. I just used this opportunity to shit on these guys twice. It's the same band doing terrible shit.
Son of a bitch. I was about to say, like, what were they trying to do? They're trying to play a simple ass tune?
They're playing a simple ass tune. They're 100% out of step. They're in a parade. They're marching down the street and terrible and like it's fucking awful.
I'm
They
like,
can't play
where's the
same
try
notes.
here? It's just a bunch of people playing the wrong.
I mean, they were trying, but they were
playing
failing.
the wrong music.
I just wanted to shit on these guys twice. That's all.
Like, what the fuck? As I'm listening to this, I'm just like, what are you playing for me right now? What are they trying to do? They're trying to play the most basic ass fucking music they possibly can and also not succeeding.
Apparently, they're trying to walk down the street and with their feet going in the same direction at the same time, but that didn't happen either.
Foxtrot. Okay. Please tell me we have a win.
We do have a win.
Please
I wanna
cleanse the palate.
I want to put all these guys on notice. Here are 3 young men. They're like 8, 9, 10 years old, maybe. Listen to this. All right, so these guys, the pipes are literally bigger than these kids.
Yeah, but I'd say it's nothing crazy difficult.
It's not brilliant.
It's Scott and the Brave,
It's
but
just
it's
fucking solid, man.
it's executed well.
Fuck's sake, the tone on these 2 kids and compared to like 17 men.
Was the drum a kid too?
Yeah, he's looks even shorter than the other 2. He's standing. The other two are standing.
Well,
they're
I
on
mean,
a step.
if Zach taught us anything,
Well-
the drummer's always shorter.
It's like Zach compared to us. Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly it. But he's
So
probably
he's
the
a
same-
foot tall.
But it's like, come on,
He's
man.
at the drum on wheels and he's pushing it down the fucking.
Here's a couple of kids playing at the Royal Mile, apparently, and just busking. It looks like I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah,
they're doing.
just do a simple thing.
One of them is even playing left-handed with backwards hands, and he's still playing better than these fucks. I'm putting all you idiots on notice. This is Chanarant way. Like, don't suck or we'll find it and make you pay. And we'll point out kids that are better than you because
think of Chanarant as like the Spartans, where we would have just thrown your ass off a cliff a long time ago.
I would really, what would really emasculate these guys is if I could find women playing this good, but it's almost impossible.
Well, yeah, it's because the women that can play that well don't tape themselves.
They're smarter than that. They know better.
they don't videotape themselves and put it on the internet for us to fucking rip apart.
No. But yeah. So anyway, if you suck, go fuck yourself. I'm tired of this shit. I'm re-inspired to continue this thing.
Continue to fail.
Because I was really worried. I was really going in the wrong way, or it depends how you look at it. But I was going down the road of like, we shouldn't fuck with these guys anymore. Let's just let.
We shouldn't be bullies, but now you're thinking we should.
We really should, because somebody's got to.
Well, okay, let's change the mindset then. Maybe we're not bullies. Maybe we're just predators, man. Like, and we're making all the gazelles better at running by eating the slow ones.
Yes, exactly correct.
Think about this in nature, right? Like maybe you got just some gazelles that want to play dress up and don't necessarily want to actually learn how to do the music or play on beat. And if the lions eat those first, then well, maybe not lions, maybe hyenas if it's us.
Right. Definitely hyenas.
Yeah, we're not necessarily proud about what we got to do, and
we're not regal or at all in any way, shape, or form.
No, maybe we're just we're just culling the herd.
All right, I gotta read this. This is fucking funny. This guy says, Joe Dub says, I'll vote for Trump if he drone strikes that band. Oh, and there's a pun in there. Oh my God, he hit it on all levels. Oh, that's a good one. I like that, J Dub. Oh shit. So anyway, onward and upward.
Yeah. So okay. So I want to. You want to? Okay. So. It's the new year for us.
It is.
We've talked a lot the last kind of 3 to 4 to 5 to 8 to however many weeks about like what's the golden ticket, right? Like what's the solution? How do we get the Infinity Stones back and snap the band together?
Right. Wait, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
It's a movie reference. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But get the band together. What are you talking about? Like Blues Brothers? What are you talking about?
I think that we've had a lot of discussion about, the struggles that we've had in the band that shall not be named, with essentially not only building a drum corps from scratch, but also with like trying to keep players involved. The fact that we had more members at one point, and we do have interest. We have interest from people who used to be in the band that are now, for many different reasons, enticed to return. So I kind of want to dive into that because, like, okay, let's take some examples that we can use on air. Zach's a good example. He's been on the show before.
Okay.
He's the hipster dreamboat. Many of you may know and love from like the very early episodes of Chanarant.
5 or something.
And so he's been back. He's been playing with us, which has been an absolute dream.
Yeah, what? A few months? 3
Just a few months now,
like
yeah. Because and for him, it was very much he was finishing school. He's getting settled into his career.
You got a real job.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff. And that happens.
Quote unquote real job.
Real job. Well, every job's a real job. That's your job,
Right.
If there's a paycheck, it's a real job.
Well, he's no longer in school, and he has a career. Let's put it that way. That's maybe a better description.
But and like that's been great to have him back. And I don't think we really did anything to make that happen. I think he kind of came back on his own.
I pushed him.
You pushed him a lot.
Him and his mother, who's also back.
Well, that's yeah. So another thing is like our former bass drummer is also back, which is fantastic because a good bass drummer is not only hard to find but great to have.
Absolutely. It's so key when you don't realize it until
So
you have
key,
a bad one
yeah.
or none at all.
Or none. I mean, none is better than a bad one.
Yes, correct. I would 100%
agree that no bass drummer is better than bad bass drummer, but good, like having a good bass, like it's crazy, and I think the fact that we're kind of almost back on our feet again, people are starting to come out of the woodwork
as these things go, and it's hard not to be bitter, but I try not to, because in the end, all I care about is the success of the organization.
in theory.
End. Yeah, I mean, and my penis getting put in female mouths, but
Zach's not a female, but continue.
No, but I mean, just talking about my general.
Oh, okay. Your general
goals
life,
in life.
your general life outlook.
But anyway, so Zach's back, but Zach didn't leave on bad terms. Like we knew what he was doing. We knew the issue. We knew he had to go to school. He knew he didn't have time, blah, blah, blah. And we let him keep his stuff, and he helped us on St. Patrick's Day. And I mean, granted, we didn't know any new music like a year ago, so he could just jump in and
jump in on anything.
So he helped us, and onward we go,
I'm interested,
but not everybody leaves that way.
Yeah, so I'm interested in the idea of like, okay, and we kind of alluded to this briefly on the Angel episode. Mm-hmm. We alluded to
Angel's one of those in the middle.
Well, we alluded to the bitterness that can be felt by the people who stuck it out and the people who cut and run and then came back. And like an Angel's already, I'm not trying to throw him under the bus by any means, because he's already fucking paid his dues. Like Angel
he sucked the correct dick.
No, it's not even that. Like he's paid his dues. Like he's back. He's back.
I mean, literally, he sucked my dick.
Oh, did he? Really?
That's why he's here.
What did he do with the other half of his mouth?
Oh, he stuck his tongue on my ass.
Oh, okay.
He gave me the rusty trombone. Do you know what that is?
But yeah, like he's back and he's like killing it, and he is probably the best person to talk to about that kind of thing, because he understands why we feel the way we do.
Correct.
Not to like ascribe any kind of blame or who's right and who's wrong, but he understands where we're coming from.
Correct. He does.
And we understand where he's coming from. Like, yeah, if we could have, we would have fucked off.
You and me?
Yeah. If we thought that was realistically an option.
If there was a better option in town, maybe.
Yeah, if we thought that was an option, we would have fucked off. We'd have been like, but
I've fucked off a couple times, but
yeah. But yeah, no, I think that it's interesting to kind of dive into of like, okay, how do you kind of now that some of the problems are fixed that we were facing at the beginning of this show even being created, like how do you let people back in without being upset about why they left? Like, okay, if you were an opportunist and you left, if you left because you didn't want to stay and do the work, that's one thing. If you left because
greener pastures,
personality differences, or you thought there were a greener pasture and maybe there wasn't.
I think
we've definitely
had that.
We've had a couple of those too. Like people thought like, well, I can fucking play with any band, and then they'll go play with a different band and get benched every fucking contest because you're not as good as you thought you were. You know what I mean? So I'm interested in diving into the what's the right way.
Well, I guess it depends on the person, but it also
depends on the person coming back, or depends on the person.
What do you want out of your organization? So I've definitely had this conversation with Joe Brady a lot, because he's exited many people in his band that were not appropriate.
Well, we've all fired
personalities.
Like we've all fired people from stuff.
I'm sure not everybody. Oh, that's such a rare experience, dude.
Like you fired people from band. I fired people from.
I've had to exit people from the band. I mean, yes, it's happened, but you fight to the last second to give them the benefit of the doubt to not have to do that. But sometimes you just have to do that. But if that person wants to come back, so that's the difference. So if somebody leaves because their job, their career, they went to school, they had a baby.
Let's say I left. I left because I moved.
Whatever. Like, okay, life happens. I'm not worried about that. What about the people that left because, okay, they had a personality conflict with the pipe major, or they didn't agree with the philosophy of the band, or whatever, like things of that nature.
Or they thought
people want to come back?
Thought there were greener pastures. The biggest
have that?
I think, and I would say not so much among people who are currently trying to come back, but I foresee this. and
it's coming. I can.
I
see
foresee
it
this as soon as we, which I hope, but if we start to kind of get our footing more and get a little bit of success,
Well,
I foresee
we have a lot of work to do, but
I see a lot of fucking people coming out of the woodwork that originally left because they thought they were too good for the band.
I can see that. So,
Not knowing that, as Jack says, the band comes first. The band comes first. The band comes
it's
first.
not up for discussion. The band comes first. Yes, absolutely. I definitely struggle with this because loyalty is a thing for me, and when people bail, listen, if it's for your long-term improvement and then someday it's going to help the band, I don't have a problem with that. Like, but if it's like, well, I don't agree with blah blah blah, or like there's greener pastures, like I want to play in a band that's successful now, that's different. Like,
But
I believe in building. You got to build your home thing, man.
Also,
you got to, or
10
you got
times-
nothing.
10 times out of 10 in my experience.
I don't want to travel to California. I would rather have something good here.
10 times out of 10 in my experience, the people that say, I'd rather play in something that is good now instead of playing in a thing that I have to build and make it good.
Right. This is the issue.
They they travel to that group and they ride the bench.
Well, we've had that. That's definitely happened.
Like
some of our guys.
10 times out of 10 that I see, for me
9 out of
personally,
10, 'cause
just
I
for me
never- I
personally,
didn't ride the bench, but
but it's like, it's one of those things like, no, I want to go play with a band that's great. And they'll go play with a band that's great up, and they'll put on a uniform. They'll show up on the day. They'll get benched 6 contests in a row.
6 out of 7 or whatever.
And it's just like, what are you fucking even doing? At least with us, you could play.
But some people, this goes back to a few weeks ago when we talked about like people do not have a realistic analysis of who they are and what their abilities are.
People don't hate themselves enough.
They should hate themselves more. And this is the issue.
Like, we hate ourselves
I
a
don't
lot, which is great.
Yes.
Even as egotistical a maniac as I am, I hate myself.
As an artist, a musician, whatever you want to call it, you self-hate is critical to growth and to be a good artist. Absolutely. This is kind of the issue I had with Angel, because he left because he didn't think, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but as I understand it, because he didn't think the band was good enough for what his ability was. And maybe that's true, maybe, but he didn't even go and play with anybody else. He just fucking stopped playing.
Well, no, and we talked
just
about that.
disappeared.
We talked about that on the episode where he was talking about wanting to do the 100-day challenge. I was like, well, you already did the inverse 100-day challenge. Like,
He definitely did.
you already did the thing where you didn't play bagpipes for 100 days. Right. But yeah, it's hard, man. So it's an interesting quandary to be in, especially for us right now, because we're literally the top 50% of leadership on all accounts.
75. Maybe. It's ridiculous. But here's the thing: like, we're in a position to create the culture we want to, because we have so many new people that don't understand anything about pipe bands.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
90% of our
we
band
have so many
knows
people.
nothing.
We have so many people that don't have preconceived notions.
None. They don't. Literally, I get questions constantly about like, wait, do I have to buy a hat? Like, or some ridiculous like, am I supposed to memorize Jim Thompson by
Yes.
Tuesday? Like, what tune is that? Like, people literally have no idea what's going on.
The answer is always yes.
Yes, but like 90% of our band right now. So we have the benefit, like that Joe Brady had 10 years ago.
We have clay.
Yes, we have completely molded clay. The only people that are jaded and cunts are you, me,
Yeah.
essentially Angel.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
We are
and
jaded
a couple
cunts.
of the ex-board members, right? But really, we can do what we want right now, right?
Yeah, I agree. So here's my theoretical question. In the situation of like bringing people back, right? What lines need to be drawn?
Okay, so
What sort of commitment has to be shown up front? Because I have some ideas on this that I've actually already started implementing in a couple cases. But I'm interested, like how do you come back into the fold of the mafia that is
the mafia pipe
that
band.
is our pipe band? It's like how do you prove that how do you prove you're not a narc?
Well, there's that, man, because there is another band in town that is very crafty, and I don't trust those cunts. But I don't know, man, because like the people that we've talked about personally, and we're not going to name names, but like it worries me because they left for personality issues, and there's a risk of bringing them back to create that. We could
create
have that
the same scenario.
issue.
Yeah.
Like,
and multiple people, not any individual person.
There's a few of
there's multiple people where if you throw them back in the mix,
there's that one person I want to bring back, but
if you throw them back in the mix for a short term gain, they may cause long term problems.
Correct, and I bet you if we had Joe Brady on the phone right now, he would say don't do it.
He would.
Bet you would say
because he's smarter than us.
He's smarter than us,
but he also isn't working with as limited of resources.
Correct.
As we are.
He created that. He created big resources over time. It took him 10 years.
Yeah, but guess what? If Joe Brady is thirsty, he can just drink unfiltered water. We have to drink our own pee right now.
Well, okay. That's a good point. Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. Given his options, I would make the same decisions he makes. Given my options, I gotta drink my own pee.
Couldn't you argue though that the reason he's in the situation he is now is because he held to his
no,
I don't know how to say beliefs, but like
held to the system.
Morals?
Yeah, but I would argue that he's also dealing with a much larger population base.
He's not.
Is he dealing with 5-6 people? Like,
dude, that band 10 years ago was a service band, 100% service.
But it's 10 years ago, and it's a service band.
We were 10 years ago. We were coming up.
Yeah, but a service band is getting paid to do it.
No. These are guys. These are volunteers. They're not like a fucking firefighter band. These are guys that all were service members. That
you want to talk about the long game?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the long game.
Oh boy. What do we got?
Which is how do you integrate a service band into a civilian pipe band? How do you integrate a shit service band into a good civilian pipe band?
Wait, have we been approached that I don't know about by the local service band to create the ultimate Las Vegas?
Think about,
dude. I would fire every one of them. There's no way.
Think about your boy's trajectory over the next couple of years.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
but that's a different thing because then you'd be on the inside. We would have an actual believer on the inside.
We don't have that. I'm talking about Kaiser Soze level.
Oh, I get it. No, I know what you're saying. But that's we don't have that right now. Like, so it's hard to believe.
Dude, Operation Doomsday is the most important operation.
We already took over the we already have the 1,000-year Reich. So what if we insert a current Las Vegas pipe band member into
Stop.
The band I shall not be named.
Stop speaking.
You won't convert any of those fuckers. We might get one snare drummer out of that fucking crew.
And maybe some beams fall in unfortunate places. Who knows?
There's a bunch. Think of the egos of those guys.
But no, let's get back. Let's get back on track.
Right.
Let's get back on track. What is the way back? That's what I'm interested to know. Because in my mind, you should drag your nuts through a mile of broken glass.
Right. So I agree with you. So if these people want to come back, they have to atone.
I think that's fair. I mean, it's like I have one individual who shall not be named.
They need to prove to me that they got to make me a believer.
Well, I have one individual that has to make me a believer first before I'll even present them, because I feel like here's what I would like in the pipe band in the band that shall not be named, at least. Like, you should stake people.
Stake?
Yeah, like I'm staking the person that I think will actually join.
Oh, I see.
And if they fail, that's on me.
You. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that should become. I think people should have more involvement. You know, like, it's the same thing with students. Like, if someone recommends me someone that wants to be a student, I want it to be a thing where you're risking your reputation when you recommend me some jackass that's going to steal my chanter and never bring it back.
I can't believe you did that.
Lesson learned. But no, I think that there's something to be said for atoning.
Yes,
you put it perfectly, and you have to do it. You have to come clean. Either
you have to prove to the rest of the crew that you're going to be one of the crew, because if you're an outlier, you're not helping the band.
if you left the gang on bad terms, you got to figure out how to make that right, you know? And I think that, I mean, one of the things that I was looking at for a person who was interested in coming back was you're going to meet with me once a week to go over
6
tunes.
weeks, couple months, get shit down.
You're going to meet with me once a week going over tunes. You're coming to me. I'm not coming to you. You cancel. That's it. Game over. Like you cancel one time. That's it. Game over.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Like we don't need no more of that like flakiness. Like we don't got time for that, man.
I've gotten way better at training pipers after training dogs.
It's very similar.
Yeah. It's just like, and you know, like when they mess up the strike in, I mash their face in their own piss. But no, it's just one of those things like you should have to go through a process at that point. Like I'm kind of self-developing a thing where I'm just like, okay, like here's how you prove to me you actually want this. Mm-hmm. Instead of just saying that because you're tired or lonely or you want to play pipes with your friends again.
Right.
And you miss your
Maybe it
friends.
was a weird moment.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? You know, I don't know.
But yeah, I think that's probably going to be the way to do it.
I agree.
So while we're on the subject of kind of reintegrating people into the band, we had some interesting comments from the live chat. One of the ones was, I'm not going to say who said it, but what if you didn't want to do the work at a band that has had those same problems from a decade and won't change? I'm torn between going back and just being done with pipes for now.
I know where that guy lives and join another band because
or play for yourself at that point. I mean, the thing that I'm most concerned about with people is quitting the instrument instead of quitting the band.
Yeah, man. Find people.
It's so much more important. It's so much more important that if you're not satisfied playing the instrument every week, that you quit the band instead of quitting the instrument. And this is a thing that kind of,
don't let other people decide for you
what
you're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this when we did the New Year's resolutions. It's like I'm going to play pipes for me more. And also, I mean, we mentioned this on the show, but it comes up again. Like I'm taking a sabbatical in the fall. Like we talked about this on the show, and you and I have talked about this personally, where after we do a competition season this year, I'm essentially taking a couple months off from just everything because I'm burned the fuck out.
Fair.
I mean, I've been playing with the same shit band for 20 years now. Like, what are you gonna do? But it's more because I think it's, in my opinion, it's more important that I take a break and come back energized than I quit forever.
Okay.
Part of it is because people get their ego tied up in quitting and coming back. One of the things I love about what Zach did, because he left to go to school, which was smart. He left to go to even though he was in town, he was prioritizing his career. One of the things I love about what he did was there was no ego involved in his decision. Like he's just like, I need to leave now, and maybe I will come back. It's not because I'm angry. It's not because the band's not performing to the level that I want it to. It's because these are my priorities that I have to take care of right now. And if you respect those priorities, I will be willing to come back. If we like threw him under the fucking bus when he left and said, fuck you, asshole, like, go kick rocks, whatever, I don't think we would have had the situation we have now. But back, if you go back far enough in our history, I think that would have been the case. Like I think if you go far enough back in the history of the band that shall not be named, someone quitting for life reasons wouldn't have been taken nearly as well as it is now.
You think so?
I think so, man.
I mean, it depends on the year and how desperate they are. But I don't know. But there's a difference, though. Like, Zach leaving for his career and you leaving for burnout reasons are different reasons, man.
Well, I mean, when I left for school, it was a similar thing.
Super similar. Yeah, absolutely. And you were welcome back with no problem. But if you leave because you're burned out and, like, you're sick of playing with shitty people, like, that's not any different than Angel.
Well, it's not that. It's not that so much as, like, okay, do I take 6 months off in an off season, or do I just quit?
Well, what's the off season for us? pre-concert. Like, that's not off season.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like in my mind, it's more about day to day. It's less about like I'm not gonna stop helping plan the concert. I'm not gonna stop helping with any of that stuff. But it's just about like, okay, let's clear. And granted, considering
I get it. Trust me, I thought about it every year for 13 years.
well, I was trying to get you to do the same thing about a year ago.
Right.
I was like,
but what would happen to the band? Like, it would fall apart completely. There would be nothing.
It'd be exactly where it was.
There'd be nothing. We would be starting over right now.
I think
Next
it would
year,
be.
there's like, I'm excited. I'm actually excited about next year. There's potential.
Oh,
I mean, potentials could be the greatest wasted thing of all time. Don't get me wrong, but
well, the thing that
I'm excited about the potential.
The thing that I'm the most excited about is we have a lot of new people and they're fun to play with.
And they're excited.
The people that are not new are also fun to play with. That's gonna fucking someone's gonna try to twist.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna try to twist my fucking words against me on that one
For sure.
The people that are not new are also fun to play with. Here's the difference. The way that I would describe this, because we've bitched and moaned about people just losing interest and whatever. Mm-hmm. But you got to keep in mind, as burned out as we are for having to deal with the period before where we're at right now, which is pretty good.
Right.
Every other player in the band is that way too. They just don't have. Yeah, they just don't have the long-term experience and the long-term kind of masochistic commitment to the cause to make them stick with it like we do. I mean, the people that we bitch about that are flaky or whatever, or any people that are currently in the band that have stuck with us through the struggle years, they have the exact same opinions about it that we have. The problem is we have more resilience because we've just been doing it longer.
I don't know. I don't think it has to do with the fact that we've been doing it longer. I think it's just our nature to be more resilient. Like, I'm pig-headed and dumb, and I will
give like a
person
that whinges about the situation that we're in, but stuck through it for 2 years. I'm gonna give a lot of credit to.
Correct, which is you and me.
I mean,
I give you and me a lot of credit.
We got other players. We got other players that still showed up,
but they were still learning. Like, they didn't look at it the same way we did. So when
they had to learn in the worst possible environment.
If we can get certain people, well, true, we were very bitter and angry. We had a lot of anger.
They had to learn in the worst possible environment for learning, which was there's nobody. It's not even that. It's just there's not a lot of contemporaries.
Yeah,
and the people that are trying to help you to the best of their ability, one, don't want to be there, and two, are really angry about a lot of things.
Yeah, that's true. But I also give credit to people like the middle crew, take the Daniellas of the world. Daniela could have went the Angel way and just fucking disappeared, right? And she didn't.
She would have never picked it back up.
She would have done the hippy dippy thing. She would have went off on.
She would have been on YouTube as the Snake Charmer Bagpiper Part 2.
Potentially, yeah. But she's there every week, and she's there with a smile, and she just deals with it, and she knows sometimes she's unhappy with things around her, but mostly she just says nothing and shows up and does it. Like, there's people like her, which are like the rock of the organization, of where they show up every week, they basically never complain unless you ask them. If you ask their opinion, they'll tell you, but they're never vocal about it. She's definitely one of those, like, critical people. Right?
I think that may
be.
An
Angel could be that type, except that he decided to fuck off. But he's back, and, these people that we're talking about bringing back in, like, they didn't do that. They didn't have that same fucking testicular fortitude. You know what I mean?
I have a theory,
of sucking it up through the dark years, which I did, and you did, many over and over and over again.
I have a theory about this, though.
I'm a bitter fuck.
I know. I'm aware.
It annoys me that people.
Dude,
laughed.
if I had your dick, I'd be bitter too.
Fuck off. But I also have a lot of appreciation for people like Daniela, who, no matter what, stuck it out. Yourself as well. Like you, me, Daniela. There was like a core that we absolutely need. If we didn't have them, we'd be fucked. Now, that doesn't mean like take the Bradens of the world who went off and got married and had kids. Like, that doesn't mean he did what he had to do. That's fair. I have no bitterness towards him.
Fucking wear condoms,
but
people.
If I'm bitter towards people that like chose to leave because they're like, well, I can do better elsewhere because fuck these guys. Like, no, man, go fuck yourself. Like, why do I want you back?
Well, it's a big shot syndrome. And
well, do you want to read that?
I do.
The thing that they talk about because it's referenced here.
Yeah, I do. You talking about Cobras?
No, well, J-Dub talking about W&D. It's kind of the same talk.
I already read that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I'm fucking drunk.
I already read that.
All right, then Cobras then.
So I have some thoughts
All right, go ahead.
on this, and I think I may have a solution, but I always think I have a solution. I'm always proven empirically wrong. But you know what they say: Edison didn't invent the light bulb; he invented 99 ways not to make a fucking light bulb.
Fair enough. I won't argue with that.
I think there is an emotional intelligence that is lacking. Not for us specific. We're not unique in this fact. Like I think it's pipe bands in general that are lacking this. I think it's a lot of workplaces in general. I think it's a lot of stuff where you gotta create an environment where if you have a legitimate issue, you feel free to talk about it within the structure of that group. Mm-hmm. And if you don't feel like talking about it, your issue may not be legitimate. Like if the problem isn't enough for you to speak up about it, then it's probably not that much of a problem. Does that make sense?
It. I mean, I see where you're going. I don't know if I agree, but I see where you're going with that.
I think that, one of the things that we've done better, in my opinion, over the past couple of years was creating channels of communication where, hey, if you have an issue, here's what you do. If you have an issue with me and Fusco, you talk to the member at large.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like you can tell people stuff.
Yeah.
And guess what? If as soon as you're crafting that email and you think, oh my God, this actually isn't a problem, I'm just being a pain in the ass, and you delete it anyway. Because how many complaints have we gotten since creating that channel? Zero.
None. We got that one at the meet after the AGM last year. Oh, maybe it was 2 years ago. I remember now.
Yeah.
We got that
It was a
list of complaints.
It was, but that was years ago.
That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But here's what
I feel like we've created systems where it's like, hey, if you have a problem with leadership, here you go. Here's camp counselor.
Yeah, you can talk to him and he'll talk to us, and he won't say names, and he's going to tell us what's going on, and then we'll sort of decide and adjust or not.
I would always prefer that someone came to me directly, but that's not always the case. That's okay.
No, some people don't, unless you ask them directly.
I just realized that people aren't like me, and they don't come at you head on.
No. Many people aren't.
It took me a while to
way
learn
less
that.
than we think, because as I'm learning as now president, like nobody's complaining about anything almost at all, except for the people we kind of assumed were.
I also don't like turning a close friend of mine into a complaint line.
Well, hey man, if he's
better him than me,
if that's what he's good at.
Well, it's one of those things. Like he called me. This person called me after the episode we did with Angel, and he's like, "What do you think the flack's going to be on this? Like, you guys.
What should I expect from complaints?"
Well, he just told me. No, he told me. He's like, I listened to every show, and I'm thinking that we might run into some issues, and I just took time, had a chat. I was like, okay, we talked, I think, for like an hour on the phone. I was like, here is what I think people will equate to being actual grievances, and here's why those are not actual grievances in my opinion. All trauma is real to the person who's supposedly experiencing trauma.
True.
But I was like, true. They're going to complain about this and this, but the reason that we're doing this is because this. And he's like, okay, fair play. I mean, we're not going to name this person on air, but best mediator in the entire band.
No, he's very good. He's very good. That's why we chose him to do that job. Yeah. There's no doubt. I don't remember why. I can't. I mean, granted, I'm drunk every goddamn week, but I don't remember what happened in the Angel episode that would give people any pause.
Well, it was the one where we pretty heavily criticized the concert performance.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, yeah. okay. Well, then that makes Angel criticized it.
He was
more positive.
He was worried about morale, which that's fine, but I'm not gonna piss on your head and tell you it's raining. Like,
yeah.
Morale should always be high, even when you suck.
Should it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's the only way to fucking win a war, right?
If you suck and you're losing, you should be able to dig deep and have morale be high.
I guess I agree. I don't know.
So we haven't answered our question though.
Which is what?
Should people who are trying to come back, like what is the atonement? So
it depends on their way they left.
Cobra comments on this. He says, incredibly candid conversations for the win. Making anyone eat crow isn't necessary, but leadership means making tough decisions, and information is power.
That fucking helps me not at all, because here's the thing. Joe Brady would say, he would give me a very clear, he would don't do it. Yeah, he would say it very clearly.
He would say cut all of them.
Like cut. No, he wouldn't say everyone. He would say like, listen, if they left for any negative reason whatsoever, he would say don't bring them back, because it's only going to hurt your culture that you're trying to create. And I agree with him. I do agree with him on that. So like there's.
But I have a question.
Like a person like Braden, who is never ever ever a problem emotionally. Whatever, Zach, who else is it? Like they're really the two I can think of.
Well,
to be quite honest.
Well, I have a
but
question.
Like, they're not an issue. Like they're coming in, they're going to learn the music and they're going to play, and they're not going to say a word.
So
like,
FU Joe Brady would say, don't bring back anybody who would destroy the culture.
He would
you're
say
trying
the
to
culture
create.
is more important than any one person. Guaranteed, he would say the same.
But looking at the timeline
of
the band that shall not be named.
Short-term goals are not more important than
looking at the timeline
success.
of the band shall not be named, are you trying to create a new culture? Or are you trying to reinstate a culture that some of those people may be from?
Which people are we referring to? The one
in particular comes to mind. That are you trying to reinstate?
Say it one more time.
Is it if the danger is damaging the culture you're trying to create? Mm-hmm. Are you trying to recreate an older culture that also fits people who were in the band at that time?
Did we ever have a culture that was successful? Do you think?
I think so. I wasn't here for it.
I don't know.
When you had like 20 pipers doing the freaking contest and Kelp Thanksgiving, and I was off getting drunk and banging prostitutes.
Right. No,
you had a pretty successful culture at that point. Maybe I'm the problem.
Don't know.
You should fire me. Wait a minute.
No, the size of the band was bigger.
This solves two of our problems.
I disagree. It doesn't mean the culture was better. We just were bigger at the time, but we had a lot of new players. So there's other people that I've thought about trying to like recruit to bring back, but you're dealing with people who are good and people who are bad that you got to deal with.
When you say good and bad, are you talking about like musically or just like personality?
Personality. No, not musically. That's the least of my concern. It's 100% about personality. The thing that makes a team win, good, whatever you want to call a team, like sports, band, whatever, is the way that people interact together.
Oh God, we're all going camping, aren't we?
No, we're definitely not. I do not want to camp with these people. Especially you, because you'll end up fucking like naked in the woods killing everybody. But
why do I have to get naked to kill everybody?
But like there's so many people that I would love to have back, but it also incorporates bringing. There's a positive and a negative, and I think Joe's got the right idea. He's got the. Listen, I'm weak. I'm a weak emotional person. I love certain people. Was that you?
No, that was.
Oh, that was a motorcycle. Like, wow!
I thought you just blew the bottom out of my chair.
I was like, was that you? Wow!
Yeah, that was the motorcycle.
Listen, man. Like, I have some people that I absolutely love. There's a certain kid that I absolutely 100% love, right? But that would mean there's the only way to make that happen is to bring back people that are not. For our organization.
I would also say that as obscure as that is, you have the right mentality. Just
right?
Yeah. As far as band, personal life, totally different.
Personal life, totally different. But that's the thing. Like, what are we going for? It's such a fine line of determining what's good for the organization.
Well, it's risk,
short term versus long term.
It's risk and reward.
Yes. It's so hard. It's so hard. And I am terrible at this. This is the thing I'm terrible at. Joe is great at this. He's like, fuck you. You're out. I don't give a fuck.
You may get a short-term reward that causes you long-term huge problems.
Correct. But like, it's so hard not to think short term, right? Because this year we're so close.
Like, for example,
but I want to bring in that. I want to fucking bring us over the edge for the.
For example, we let Zach back in the band, not knowing how much his clown porn addiction would affect us. That's Zach Peterson, clown porn addict. Addicted to clown porn.
Dude, we got to bring Zach in to talk about clown porn.
Who likes clown porn? Zach Peterson.
does.
That's who.
Dude, we're going to get so much shit for
Yeah.
this. I'm going to get so much shit for this. Not you. But here's
So
the,
is there
the trifecta is
you
this.
didn't answer my question.
Here's the trifecta.
Is there a way back?
Okay. I'm not a Christian, but I do believe in redemption. There always is a way back, but you gotta fucking
What's so
pay your dues.
So now that you've gone through the diatribe about what you can and cannot decide on, knowing there's a way back, what does that look like? I think
gonna
it's
put the way back through you.
I think it's self-flagellation. Like you need to
Does that mean farting?
no, it's whipping yourself.
Oh.
But you don't have to actually whip yourself. I think you need to atone. And I'm not a religious person. I hail the good dark lord Satan, as everybody knows.
Absolutely.
But I think you need to prove your commitment through atoning.
I would agree because it's so important that you fit into the culture that we've created now. That if you don't, we need to know that before we poison the well. We cannot poison the well.
I can't let you near what is a successful crop, until I know that you're willing to play nice.
Like be another fucking crop.
Like one of the solutions I had for a different constituent was, okay, if you want to come back, I'll happily do it. You're going to meet with me once a week for like 6 weeks.
3 months, 6 weeks. Like they got to know the music coming in. They got to prove to me.
You have to
your
have
job
it memorized.
is for them to prove it to me that when they step in, like they're going to be an asset. Because if they're not an asset, then why do I want them?
Yeah, and it's gonna, and I think that's fair.
That seems reasonable to me.
Like you got to sing for your supper.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree. I believe Joe Brady would do this, 100%. And he's
Like if you meet with me long enough to have the tunes down before you come to practice, now we're talking.
That means you've proved that your internal goals are to be part of the crew, and that's all you want. Like I don't need you to be I don't need you to be a star. I need another fucking player to be
Well, and I think
blend,
I think in some of these scenarios, like for you to be effective at your job, which is an overall musical director type job, I have to fill in the gaps, right? And like one of the gaps is I could be a gatekeeper.
Yes, 100%.
It's just like, okay,
That's your job.
well,
As pipe sergeant, you're
considering you say that the pipe sergeant and vice president's job is to do nothing, but my job is to continuously do all the jobs nobody else wants to do.
Never said pipe sergeant does nothing. Vice president, kind of, but
It's that I do the jobs nobody else wants to fucking do.
right. I mean, in the end, the board is essentially it's like project based. Like, all right, hey, we got this shit to get done. You do this, that, blah, blah, blah.
But no, like I'm happy to be a gatekeeper. Pipe Sergeant Josh is a mean son of a bitch, as everybody knows.
Oh yeah, he threatens to cut them with knives.
Yeah. Oh my God. The kids at the Cal Thanksgiving are like, Josh lost his shit on us. I'm like, you have not seen me lose my shit. I promise.
Dude, let me tell you this, right? So I want you to lose be prepared on Tuesday to lose your shit on the drummers.
The first Tuesday?
Yeah, the first Tuesday.
First Tuesday back?
Yeah. We're going to fucking lose our minds just to fucking get them all back in line. Because they've been off for like 3 weeks. They haven't done shit. So
I've got some issues that haven't been addressed for like 2 months with the drummers.
that's fine. We'll get there.
Mostly nobody watching the fucking feet.
They'll get there.
Certain humans.
Listen, the drummers are supposed to watch the lead drummer. The lead drummer is supposed to watch me. Essentially, the feet.
Foot. I want a lead drummer to watch my foot, or I'm going to throw my bagpipes at them.
That's neither here nor there. So, this is what we're going to do. The drummers are like, all right, so this is your assignment for Tuesday. Certain drummers have a certain assignment, and other drummers have a certain different assignment. I found out yesterday, like, that within the last week, that a couple of the drummers were like, wait, what am I supposed to do? What tune are we talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, wait a minute.
Dude.
Why did you wait so long to tell me that you don't understand the assignment?
I have a solution for this, but it is not
kill them all.
None of this is no, we can't. That's how we lost our last drum corps.
We killed them all.
Killed them all. None of this is relevant to the episode.
No, neither.
But we can talk about it afterwards.
That's fine.
Fusco,
Yes.
final thoughts. Essentially on, bringing everyone back, snapping your fingers. If you had the pipe band Infinity Gauntlet,
Oh, okay.
snapping your fingers, what would people need to do? Like, how do you come back from exile? How do you go from a Ronin to a Shogun?
But if you have the gauntlet, I mean, as well as I understand this, you don't need all that. I would bring back fucking Braden and Sean, and I would fuck off everybody else. That's my opinion.
And the
Players that are good, that don't question,
well, it's not even
don't
that.
argue.
Do you think the way back should be difficult?
I do. Like beyond the gauntlet, like you're talking like this. This is the people I want back right now.
I think all people should
If the other
take the difficult path.
there's 3 other people that go along with that, right? The people I just talked about. They need a difficult path because they need to prove to me that they're going to be part of the team, not separate from the team. And all 3 of those people, well, 2 of the 3 that left in that situation were very individualistic and needed to continually push their individualism, which does not work in a band setting at all. 100% at all. Like, I do not need to be standing in a circle with people that are arguing with the pipe major, me or any otherwise. I don't care if I was standing in fucking Seamus' circle. Nobody fucking said a word to goddamn Seamus, no matter what they thought. You just did what he said. It did not fucking matter because the vision, the drive, the goal of the organization has to be singular. There's no room for individuality. I know.
I'm ringing the bell. I don't know
the
about
band.
that. That is a hell of a.
Bring your individuality to your solo playing if you want to. If you want to go fuck yourself, go play in solos and do whatever you want.
Well, I think
Or go play in a fucking trad band and you could do whatever you want there.
I think that's incredibly important though, because here's where I would argue. I would argue that when you're at band, you're there to play band things for the band.
Mm-hmm.
Pipe major is your boss. You're there to play band things for the band.
Mm-hmm.
You shut the fuck up and do your job. I've done it for years. It's great. I also like to play a lot of things.
Pumpkin's fancy, apparently.
Fuck you. I also like to play a lot of things the band would never touch in a million years. That's a separate thing. You can have a separate space. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
like
There's nothing
your-
wrong with you being a piper on your own.
your interest in bagpiping has lots of room.
100% lots of room. Just don't bring it to band.
Like 50% of it can be band, and you can have solos and gigs and whatever else.
Listen, Lincoln Hilton is one of the most prolific
Lincoln
modern pipers of all fucking time, right? Modern times. This guy writes the most crazy shit that's interesting and really interesting to listen to. Guess who he played with? SFU. Do you think he brought that shit to SFU? No. He fucking towed the line because they're good at what they do.
Because he didn't want.
He might have influenced them playing certain tunes that he wrote.
He didn't bring it to SFU because he didn't want his tunes to get third place again.
Well, okay, that's fair. But some of his tunes were played by Field Marshal, which is also amazing. Listen, there's a there's a place and a time, and even somebody as amazing as that motherfucker
Do you think he'll
is-
respond to that comment
doesn't
when
listen to
he
us.
comes to town?
No, well, we're bringing him. He's bound to get here eventually. But Lincoln Hilton writes prolific shit. He's very amazing, but he knows his place, man. Like when you're in a band, you got to know your place, right? Fucking Cobra knows his place.
Well,
He
also-
knows in the end his pipe major's in charge. He understands that, and the reason they're successful, the city of Chicago is successful, is because he knows his fucking place. And that doesn't mean that he's lower. It just means this is the vision we're going for.
Well, when you're on a
Let's
team,
work together to make that happen.
when you're on a team, you play your position.
Absolutely, 100% of the time. And if you do your job in your
When you're on a
position-
team, you play your position. But the thing that I think most people don't realize, especially students, is that playing your position on a team in a competitive pipe band isn't 100% of your piping career.
no, not even close.
It's like 30 to 40. Like,
Yeah, man.
You can-
You're just in a band. Go
You can
jam with
do-
your fucking friends, man. Go make
yeah,
some shit
like,
up.
You can go do anything else in the rest of that
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely.
You know, like
learn
don't
to work GarageBand. Go make a fucking thing. Like, do you think Lincoln Hilton became who he was because he fucking just played with SFU? No.
Go bust.
He was like, he wrote fucking background music. He was interested in expanding the art.
You have to keep in mind that, you know, even if you dedicate 100% of yourself to a certain thing, it doesn't have to be all of your piping.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Play pipes for yourself.
That's the thing.
I bought small pipes specifically so that I had a set that was not my band set, so that I could play
Go
by
jam
myself.
With guitar players, go jam with people.
I could play by
go do some
myself
shit.
for myself.
Absolutely. That's so important, man. You got to find time for yourself.
Be selfish, dude. You can be selfish and you can also be a team player. They're not mutually exclusive.
No, they are not. 100%.
You just have to make sure that at band, once or twice a week, you are selfless.
Correct.
And the rest of the week, be selfish. Yeah. Play whatever the fuck you want.
That's a really great way to say it.
I mean, like think about it. Potentially 1 to 2 nights a week, you have to be selfless. You can be selfish.
The rest of the time.
5.
Absolutely.
Do what I do. Gorge yourself on chicken wings and scotch and play small pipes. Like,
just jam, man. Have some fucking good time playing some jigs.
Just
and
jam out. Tape your fucking chanter down. Play weird shit. It's fun.
Absolutely.
It's
Play that
so
Appalachian shit. Whatever the fuck you're into, man.
It's a lot of fun. I think that's where people maybe don't realize how much time there is in the day. I work fucking 50 hours a week, and I still find times for this. Like,
absolutely. I work like 12 hours a week, and I still find time. But I'm awesome. So.
but I am mighty.
So on that note, I guess that's a pretty good point. We should end.
Yeah, no, I think it's some good final thoughts. At the end of the day,
I still don't have an answer.
Make sure you're doing something for yourself as well as the band. When you're at band, always be at band. When you're at band, that's 100% commitment. I don't care. That is what you're there to do. Execute it well, but make sure you are also in your free time selfish and you do stuff for yourself, man. Like, that's the whole fucking point. If you're not having fun, there's no point in doing this. Some of the other things I want to plug real quick is just, you know, once again, we said at the beginning of the show, Australia is on fire, and that's not good. So if you would like to donate to some of the volunteer fire departments in the area, you can go to chanarant.com/hotkoala.
That's so disrespectful, but it's funny.
HOTKOALA, Hot Koala, chanarant.com/hotkoala. You can donate some money, please, for fuck's sake. I have not been to Australia yet. I'd like to visit it soon, and I want to make sure it's not a cinder. Other than that, thank you for supporting the show. You can always catch us live, chanarant.com, or I'm sorry, patreon.com/chanarant, or you can buy some sweet fucking merch at chanarant.com.
You need more to drink? You're all right?
No, I think I'm good. how much more outro do I have to do before we can just play it out?
Let's just fucking play it out.
Okay, perfect. Fusco, play us out.